Welcome to In the Clinch with Chuck and D. I'm Chuck, and I'm D. Something's not right here.
Now we can get the show started.
It's over! Oh, what a right hand!
You hurt my wrist.
Oh, you a baby. Come on now. You hurt my wrist. Motherfucker, learn how to fall.
Fuck, you learn how to fall. What am I, a stunt man?
Yeah, wait, motherfucker,
Hey.
They teach you that when you practice martial arts and stuff like that. They teach you how to land, how to fall, and all that other shit. So
Okay.
you prevent injury. I'm sorry that Mr. I played football in high school and all the great shit that I've ever done over my lifetime. But the only thing that I didn't learn was how to really fall, motherfucker.
Whatever. Welcome to In the Clinch with Chuck and D. I'm Chuck.
And I'm D.
Today we wanted to talk to you a little bit about the boxing scenes. There's a little bit of stuff been going on. I guess we should first address the fact that, let's talk about the tirade.
I'm gonna be the first to say this, all right? And we've put on shows in the past, talking about boxing and boxing. We never really did the boxing versus MMA thing because there's a definitive line between the two.
Correct.
We've done a show of who's better, Manny Pacquiao or Floyd Mayweather, and I took a beating on that.
You did take.
I took a beating on that show, and I'm gonna say this: I'm a realist. I realize when people have skills, I'm not. And a lot of people who viewed the show have said that I'm only saying the things about Floyd Mayweather being good because he's black.
Time out. No, they said you were dick riding.
That is exactly what they said.
That. Yeah, go ahead.
It's not because I'm black. If I was Filipino, I would say the same thing about Floyd Mayweather. I just think Floyd Mayweather has the skills and ability to be as great as he wants to be. With saying that, he could be even greater if he stops getting in the way of his own self. The tirade would... How fucking idiotic do you have to be? I'm
First
gonna say
off,
this.
let's address this. I want to address this. There was the alleged talks about a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that happened. What? June? May? It was early in the year.
It was early in
Okay.
May.
That
May.
was early.
Mm-hmm.
So there was all this hype about the fight, the contract, blah blah blah. A whole bunch of people coming out, like named people coming out and just talking shit about Mayweather.
Right.
It took him 3 months to even come out and say anything.
Well, and like I said,
and then when he does, he does it on a home video, counting money,
right.
which nobody gives a shit about, and just railing off just
Right,
repugnant ass shit about Manny Pacquiao.
that's what when I say he's getting in the way of his own self, that's what I mean by that. I mean, I understand that he plays the villain. That's the reason why Floyd Mayweather is as popular as he is today is because he plays the villain, and that's a character who he pretty much...
And he's content with that.
Well, he's content with it, but I think, when you play a character, when you play a certain person, at one point you have to distinguish yourself from that person and who you really are.
Right.
And I think he's failed to do that. And like I said, do I still think that Floyd Mayweather is going to beat Manny Pacquiao? Yes. Regardless of all the distraction and everything that this guy creates. But, I mean, do it with some type of class. I mean, I'm going to say this. I eat sushi. I eat sushi rolls. Filipinos don't make fucking sushi.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that all about? I mean, to me, I think that's dumb. You know what? And like I said, and I think the Filipino community, I think the black community, as a black myself, as an African American myself, I'm a little embarrassed by it because it's like, dude, you're a millionaire. You're a millionaire. You would think you know something other than being ignorant all the time. I think that, like I said, I think you have to distinguish yourself from the character that you play and who you really are.
Well, I'm neither black nor am I Filipino, in case you were confused. I am embarrassed to be a boxing fan and have this dude be such a prominent figure in boxing because I've said it before and I'll say it again. There's a certain amount of class that most boxers bring to the table, and Mayweather is perfectly content with having no class. It's been true from the beginning of his career to the end. The stuff that he did to what's your man that died on the motorcycle?
Diego
Corrales.
Mm-hmm.
What he did to Diego Corrales, bringing his wife into his stable and talking about you can hit a woman but you can't beat a man, this, that, and the other, and then now he's mixed up in a similar situation. The man has never been a classful individual, in my opinion. And now even more so, he's buying into this hype that he's got to be the bad guy. So in being the bad guy, he's got to say repugnant, just nasty shit about people and degrade their, not just them, but their entire culture. So am I changing my stance on whether Manny Pacquiao can beat Mayweather? No, I'm not, because I really don't think that Manny Pacquiao has the tools to beat a Floyd Mayweather who is on their game. However, I'm going to stay true that I don't think Manny Pacquiao can beat Mayweather, but if they ever fight, which I don't think will happen, but if it does, I hope Manny Pacquiao beats Mayweather, because I don't think Mayweather will ever really understand where he is in boxing until he takes a loss.
Well, yeah, and I it's kind of like a humbling approach to the whole thing, and I think
he will be a better boxer for having lost.
I think a lot of the thing is that if he loses, people is just going to be like, we told you so. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think, even if he was to come back, let's say
he carries himself after that loss,
right? Well, I mean, he just needs to humble. Is this a humbling experience for him? Who knows? But enough of that.
Beyond that, Pacquiao Margarito coming up. The Filipinos that watch the show ain't gonna be happy with what we're about to say.
Well, I'm gonna say this. Because I'm not gonna say Manny Pacquiao's gonna lose, because y'all ain't finna jump down my back and get all over me. I think it's gonna be a better fight than the Pacquiao Cotto fight. Mexican-born fighters are a little bit more persistent and have a little bit more heart, and so I mean, like, Margarito can take a punch, he could take a beating,
yep,
and still keep it coming, and I think that's going to be the difference maker in this fight. It's going to be a great fight. This is the type of fight that people live for. Again, I'm not saying Pacquiao's going to lose. I'm not going to say Margarito's going to lose. All I'm saying, it's going to be a good fight. Margarito looks good. And I think the point is, too, a lot of people are going to make is the fact that Margarito has been linked to steroids because not necessarily steroids, but just cheating overall because of the plaster and the gloves.
Right.
He been said that there've been stories about him using performance enhancing drugs and stuff like that. Who knows? The same thing with Manny Pacquiao. Who knows? Do I think any of them are on performance enhancing drugs now? No, I don't. I just think this is going to be a real knockdown, drag out fight.
I think this is going to be a tougher fight for Manny Pacquiao than many people are going to give Margarito credit for. There's a reason why Mayweather didn't want to fight Margarito. He's awkward. He's got long arms, and somebody like Sugar Shane Mosley. He's very fast, but he's also, very strong, very stout. When he fought Margarito, it was a different kind of fight. Plus, Margarito kind of really wasn't the Margarito of the past. But I'm just saying, Margarito looks good. He looks trim. I think this is going to be a tougher fight for Manny Pacquiao than his fans think it is.
Are you going to say who's going to win?
I'm...
You're going to do it, aren't you?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna predict Margarito in an upset.
He said it, not me. I'm D. That's Chuck.
That's cool. I'm cool with that.
All
But
right.
you know what? Because I'm a boxing enthusiast, and it's really not about. It's nothing about ethnicity or anything like that. It's just
See, but
about.
that's good coming from you. I'm happy you're saying that, because the thing is people always gonna link who you pick to
Right.
to
Well,
race.
and I'm sure I'm gonna get called names. That's fine. I'm a boxing enthusiast. So I'm just saying, Margarito has the right kind of tools to beat up Manny Pacquiao. You know, Manny Pacquiao keeps wanting to fight these giants. God forbid he ever steps into the ring with Paul Williams. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Paul Williams will beat the brakes off of Manny Pacquiao. That's hands down. That's real talk. That's an 85-inch reach. And you can
that
go
is
ahead,
an 85.
you can go ahead and
reach.
put me on the record as saying Paul Williams will beat Floyd Mayweather Jr. as well. But that fight ain't never gonna happen. You know why? Because they look at Paul Williams. Nobody wants to
Nobody
fight
wants
Paul
to fight.
Williams.
I agree with that.
Sergio Martinez will fight Paul Williams at 160 pounds, where Paul Williams, I mean, he can carry the weight, but he's not really naturally a 160 pounder. But guys like Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, who've moved up from such a high weight, they don't want to see Paul Williams because he's fast, he's long. Dude has.
I'm gonna say this. I mean, you don't want to see Paul Williams at 154. They don't want to see Paul Williams at 154 because Paul Williams fights at 154
Yeah, ain't nobody-
naturally. fights
Nobody at 154 pounds wants to see Paul Williams. They'll see him at 160. Them cats will see him at 160 because most of those guys that cut down to 160 are walking around normally at 185, 190. So, hands down, that's beside the point. I'm gonna go ahead and say Margarito's gonna win this fight against Manny Pacquiao, and he's gonna do it just because he's just a headstrong, heartful individual that has the right tools to beat a Manny Pacquiao. Because he will put him at the end of a jab, he will mix it up and get dirty. And you know, listen, this is not like a typical fighter for Manny Pacquiao. He has trouble with Mexican fighters. He always has. So that being said, put me in the books, call me names, do whatever you want to do. I love Manny Pacquiao. He's a great fighter, but Margarito's gonna win this fight.
Well, that's it. So it's so we got for this segment of the show.
Catch us next time. We have all kinds of shows on YouTube. You just search us up in the Clinch. So until next time, I'm Chuck,
And I'm D.
and you were in the Clinch. Is that how you do it?